Stand Up Diaries with Michelle Christine.
Hello, and welcome to Stand Up Diaries. Entry 120, and this one's called Running Around the City. And yesterday, the most exciting part about yesterday was that my roommate came home and he's been away for about 2 months. So he's been in California for 2 months enjoying some rays and actually coming back to some pretty good weather here in Toronto. And he came around midnight and the dog had never met him before. So the dog, starts getting all excited and barking a little bit, and then he, starts to smell Ryan and feels less bad. Or scared, I guess, or whatever. And then Dean and I tried to go to sleep. But every few minutes or so, the dog would kind of hear Ryan rustling around and would just get really excited and start to bark. And it was probably around 2:30 by the time the dog was settled enough where he could just fall asleep with us. So I'm a bit tired. Dean's definitely tired. Ryan's probably not that tired. But you know what? He's still on vacation. He doesn't have to go back to work for a month. He got a 3-month leave of absence, so that's pretty sweet for him. And so yeah, running around the city. I did 3 shows last night. I was really anxious to get back at comedy when you take a few days off to go away for a weekend to a cottage or something like that. It is really exciting to get back to the grind, as I kind of mentioned yesterday. So I, hit the ground running, did the Central show at 6:30, then went to a place called Fountain Abbey where Julia Lackwitz and Diana Love run a little room there, and I got on a lotto spot there, and then I went to the comedy bar to do the bucket show, and I don't know, I was probably there for about close to 2.5 hours because I got there early for My Name in the Bucket. The show that was on before ran a little long, and then it took a while for me to get pulled, and I thought about bailing, but I was like, no, I just can't. And then 2 people were pulled in a row that had left, and then I was the 3rd person pulled in one guy's set. They pulled him at the beginning of their set. So I got to go on, and I was glad that I ended up doing that. And then, of course, proceed to come home and try to get a dog to calm down for another 2 hours. But c'est la vie. It's all in a day's work. Anyways, I hope you've heard the dog running and the bird tweeting outside. What can you do? It's a bit of a zoo here. This has been your next edition of Stand Up Diaries. I have been Michelle Christine.